Hello and welcome back to another episode of Kerbal Space Program with me, Balfillion. We've updated now to version 0.18.4, which was released very recently. Don't remember the exact date, at some point this February. There's mainly some bug fixes, but it's also fixed that horrible bit where you're dragging parts between the stages in our rockets, which kind of resulted in our little bit of disaster on the launch pad last time. But this episode, I think we're going to do some space planes, and you're going to see how bad I am at making those. So unfortunately, because we are starting from a new game version, we don't have John Joel Kerwin orbiting the sun anymore, so we can't laugh at his misfortune. But I'm going to click on the space plane hangar down on the left there. And it's kind of the same sort of thing. You've still got your same parts, you still need to pick your command modules and that. But this time, instead of building vertically, we're going to build horizontally. So I think we'll go with this cockpit because it's kind of a bit kind of airplane-ish, jet fighter-ish. And since we'll be using different engines, we'll be using not these particular ones, but we'll be using jet engines instead of rocket ones. So we're going to be using different fuel tanks for this one. So instead of the rocket ones, like this one, which has liquid fuel and oxidizer, we're using the ones intended for jet fuel, which just has a massive liquid fuel in there. It's also a much lighter piece. I mean, that one's 2.25 mass units, and that's only 1.1, so that's a lot better. But I think actually you need a SAS module on there, so control, stick an advanced SAS just behind there. And because it's a plane, in theory we should be landing this and not exploding, so there's no parachute on this, God help us. How big do we want to build this? Let's go 3 or 4. Let's go 4. So that's the main fuselage of our aircraft. And on the back of that we're going to have a turbojet engine. It's got the word turbo in it, it must be good. So that's just a normal jet engine. And the jet ones are quite fuel efficient, but they tend to have a bit of difficulty once you get up to about, I think it's 20,000, and then they kind of start flaming out because there's no oxygen. So they're good for normal flying around, but getting into space you're going to need some better engines than that. But we're not going to try that this episode because I suck at space planes as it is. I've never actually got one into space, so that might be a mission for some point in this series. But next we're going to need some wings, so the aerodynamic tab, smooth jazz has now been deployed. Back down in the bottom left we've got the symmetry mode, and unlike the rockets where it goes up to 8, we can just have it like normal, it just says only 1, or you can have it symmetrical on both sides, which we want because we're making symmetrical wings. So I'll just turn on the snap to grid, so that's a bit easier. I think we'll go for there. So far so good. And I think we'll go for a bit of frontline wings. Join those up about there. Looks good. Go for some more tanks on the wings. So let's try and line these up with the back of the wings. And have a second one. And hopefully, if it stops spazzing out, there we go. Connect that on the front there. Looking good. And then we can have a bit more wing on the outside, so let's go for a delta wing. Jesus. Stick that about there maybe. Cool, look at this bad boy. Right, so what we can do next? Well, that's not very aerodynamic on the front of our engines there. So I'm going to stick something in on the front, and we're going to go for some ram air intakes, which just improves the performance of our engines. So again, we're going to have one on each side. On there, look at that. Doesn't that look cool? Looking much better there. And we're also going to need to be able to take off and land this thing, so we need some landing gear. So for that, we need to go on utility and small gear bays. Now, how do we want to do this? I think we want at least 2. I don't know, we can maybe get away with. Definitely need some at the back. That's a given. Again, definitely going to need one at the front. I think I'll just go for a bit more in the middle, just in case. Just have a bit of redundancies going on. That looks about right to me. Yeah! Looking good? Okay. So next we also need to be able to control our jet. So we're going to need some control surfaces on the aerodynamics tab, and we're going to go for some standard control surfaces. Now these can be a bit of a pain to connect to the wings, as you can see there. They want to attach in a bit of a weird orientation, but we can use the WASD keys to change their orientation manually. We want those to be in the same plane as our wings there, so stick those there. So that can just help us angle those up and down to get some lift going. We're going to want some small ones on the inside at the back. Small control surface, there we go. And we're going to do the same on this one. That's got to be the first time I've worked out the keys on the first key press for which way round I need to put those. That's good. Now then, I want some tower fins going on. So let's go with 2 there. 1 there. Now, I'm not entirely sure if this would be a good idea. I think I'll go with, yeah, I'll just go actually with 1 on each of the 2 side ones, rather than 1 on the middle as well. Otherwise, God knows what mess I'm going to get myself into. I think that's connected. It looks a bit strange, doesn't it? Oh well, we'll just stick some blue tack on there, that'd be fine. Our Kerbal won't know the difference anyway. So yeah, that's looking a bit better. I think we'll stick some more jets on the sides. Go for a triple turbojet engine. Why won't that connect? What is wrong with you? What is it? Is it these? Getting in the way? Let's move that. What? Something is wrong. I don't know. Can we stick the normal jet engines on the side rather than... What are you doing? What is it? What is in the way? I'm gonna have to pull everything apart now. Is it that? No, it's not. Is it that? Yes, it is. The wing's in the way. Brilliant. Good job, Kerbals. Right, stick these bits back on then. Luckily it's not too hard. Oops, that's too far back. There we go. Move that one further forwards. Actually, I'll tell you what, let's split wing that if we're not having any controlled surfaces. Make that a bit more cool. There we go. Actually, can we put the turbojet on now? No. Oh, you're joking. You're joking. Oh no, it's going to put it on now. There we go. Not entirely sure of the difference in performance on these two. 150 max power. Some other big numbers. Okay, so the turbojets are slightly more powerful, but it'll do. Do we need anything else on here? No, let's give it a go. What we're going to call this? Let's be highly unoriginal. Call it the Blackbird 1. Save that. Go to Launchpad. Again, it is still a bit laggy. You should probably stick in a bit of a load screen when you're trying to do these kind of things. But supposedly there's supposed to be some performance increases with the latest version. Oh god. So our plane is on the ground. Again, it's going to be the same sort of controls as last time. So our staging is still the same, and we've only got one stage on this one, which will fire up all three engines. WASD controls our movement, so as you can see there, the hang on, we're rolling down the runway, that's not good. But W and S are doing my up and down movement. A and D are doing my sideways. And if we do the Q and E, it's doing a combination of those to do some rolling. So fun times, but yeah, one thing to bear in mind with my space planes is that most of them generally can't take off on their own. And they usually get to the end of the runway, and where there's a sudden drop at the end of the runway, they kind of just manage to get some lift and take off. But spacebar, throttle up, and we'll see how well this one does. Hopefully we'll actually come back in for a landing. Probably won't manage to get it on the runway, but if it touches down at all, it'll be good. We seem to be tilting to the left a bit. We need some lift, come on. Full lift, 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 lift! End of runway. Oh god, no, it's falling apart. Oh my goodness. We kind of nearly rattled apart on the runway there. That would have been a bit of a disaster. I don't think our front wings, these bits, are entirely attached there. But if we press G for the gears. Yep, gears are going up. We do have SAS, so we can turn that on for a very wobbly flight. Kerbal needs his tray in the up position, otherwise he's going to spill his drink. So we can turn this around without stalling or something horrible. Whoa! A barrel roll, yeah. Turn please. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Well, heading back for land. Let's see how far we can climb, hopefully without flaming out. Turn on the SAS. Apparently you are overheating slightly as well down there. But if you ever get a component that overheats, if that ever gets to the maximum of that bar, those parts will explode. Which is particularly bad if it's an engine, because then not only will it probably take a few parts of your rocket or space plane with it, but it means you're not going to have any more thrust, and you're probably going to fall back to the earth and explode, which is most definitely not a successful test flight. But 5,000 and climbing at the moment. Let's see if we can... Again, it'd probably be a bit easier if I had a controller than using the keyboard for this. We're climbing rapidly at the moment. This is good. But, there's our space centre down there in the distance. Rapidly going away from us. good luck if we can land back on that runway. We'll try it. But, actually, it's probably a terrible idea. If I overshoot going from this angle, I'm going to end up in the sea, and that's going to be a disaster. But, a bit of trivia. I think there's meant to be a runway over on that island, or one of the islands near the spaceport anyway. As you can hear, our engines are slowly quietening. There is a way of tracking. Oh, I think our outside engines might have flamed out. Let's come out of that and level off. Oh no, we're flamed out. No dear. We have a problem. Oh dear. I don't know what to do. I've turned the SAS on to try and get some control over this. I can't even see that to learn what the part is doing. Let's try and... Can I do any kind of control surface editing? No. Well, Jebediah Kerman seems to be enjoying this merry-go-round experience. Okay, we're still technically going upwards then. We're starting to come down now. So hopefully, if we come down low enough, the engines will start working. I don't know. Oh. Have one of our engines fallen off? The middle one. That seems to be coming on for longer periods of time. Come on, Jebediah, regain control of your aircraft. Oh! Come on, come on, come on, son! Yes! Yes! I think that's our engine up there. Come on. Come on. Angle up, angle up! Pull up! Pull up! I can do this! Oh my goodness! Let's turn the throttle down actually. Pull up! Pull up! Get down! Pull up! Pull up! Come on! Come on! We can do this! Actually, we might need a bit of thrust to... Come on! Pull up! Pull up! You're gonna die! You're gonna die! Oh god! Well, hey! That one went for a while. I told you to pull up. So what went wrong in that then, apart from the obvious? Well, at 3 minutes 50, our engine fell off. That's the blue tack fouled there. At 5 minutes, everything fell apart. Which, to be fair, I think that was when I impacted on the terrain, which is not good. So maybe that come off when we start spinning around, I don't know. But yeah, that's how good I am at making space planes. We didn't even get to space and we still crashed. But let's go back to the Space Centre. Let's try a rocket again. Better at those. So yeah, last time we actually had a reasonably successful flight that actually got into orbit and went around everywhere. What should we do this time? Probably not going to go to the moon just yet, but we can start refining our rocket design for a moon attempt perhaps. But for the moon ones, it's best not to make them too big, because the bigger the rocket you build, you're going to need more thrust, which means you need more fuel, and then things kind of start snowballing from there, which isn't good. So I think we'll stick with the smaller parts. Well, that said, I think only the small parts are the only ones that have one kerbal in it. So we'll go with the Command Pod Mark 1. We'll have some poor astronaut piloting this. Hopefully have a better fate than John J. Kerman. But we'll see. So we're going to do the usuals. We're going to stick a parachute on top. There we go. And then we're going to have decoupler just below that. So control or structure even. Stack decoupler. Then our upper rocket stage, so we're going to have an SAS from the control thing. Advanced SAS. And I'm going to go for some thrusters on this one actually, just to help us orient ourselves in space, because of course we can't use our winglets because there's no atmosphere up there. So we're going to need some RCS fuel tanks, those small ones. One should be enough for what we're trying. Actually, no, stick on 2 just in case this rocket design might actually make attempt at the moon. And then we've got plenty on board then. Going to go for 2 fuel tanks on the upper stage, and then have the slightly less powerful one. That's a 215. So we're going to go with the T45 one, which, although it's a slightly less powerful engine, in that middle box there you see it's got thrust vectoring enabled, which basically means the engine can pivot around in a small bit to help you steer basically, whereas the more powerful one does not have that. So unless you really need the thrust, it's better to have one with thrust vectoring, so we'll go with that one. Do we want anything fancy on these bits? Why not? Let's go with some radial decouplers. We'll go 4-piece, and we're going to stick those. Let's turn on the angle snap. Look about right. That looks about right, doesn't it? Let's stick those on the middle of that one there, and then again we're going to have some more fuel tanks, which for some reason aren't. There we go. Stick those there. Looking good. And we're going to have. I swear there's meant to be a small engine. Is it that one? There we go. Just less thrust on those ones, but they're also much more fuel efficient, which is good. What can we stick on top of those to make it a bit more aerodynamic and stuff? I don't think there's anything special we could stick on there apart from just a nose cone. So yeah, let's just go with nope, that's too small. The blue ones. There we go. Standard nose cone. Now what we're probably going to want to do to save on our thrust to weight stuff is we're going to use these fuel tanks and drain those so we can detach them before we start draining any fuel out of this. So what we're going to want to do is have this engine be able to use those fuel tanks first. So for that, we're going to need to go on something. Propulsion. Yeah, there we go. External fuel ducts. And you can basically make a pipe going between something and something else. So you have to create 2 points on these. One is the from point and one is the to point. This is probably going to be... You know what? Screw the nose caps. Just to make my life a lot easier. I'm going to click once to place the from, and as you can see on our pipe there is arrows saying where the fuel's going to pump. And we're going to pump it just over to the middle bit somewhere. That's not quite straight. Oh well. Hopefully it won't cause our rocket to spin or do something strange. But, so these fuel tanks will supply those fuel tanks and therefore that engine, because it's all connected. We're going to want to make this a bit more stable, so we're going to have some struts. And we're going to go like that and like that, which looks horrible, but it might make our rocket a bit more sturdy. And then we're going to want to stage underneath and have our main stage down here. So another decoupler. Cover that up. And how do we want to do this? I'd say we'll go with another tri-coupler thing there, so we can have a bigger engine going on. And I believe, is it this one? There we go, we've got a bigger fuel tank, which I'm pretty sure that is exactly the same as those ones, but it's just 2 in 1. So in theory it should be a bit more stable, but we'll see about that. Let's go for 3 of those, which is probably most unwise, but oh well. And we're going to go for the more powerful rocket on these ones, just because we need this to help us get up into space. So looking good. And then we're going to need some solid fuel boosters just to get us off the ground. So how should we do this? Let's go. I'll swing that one wide of being flush on there. And again, I'll do the same on this one. So on the assumption that is at 90 degrees, I'll go one wide. Yeah, that should be okay. Back to propulsion. And the Rocamax solid fuel booster, which is having trouble connecting. In fact, we're probably going to want these a bit higher, let's say there. Just below that black line. Okay. Will you connect this time? Why won't you connect? And of course that's the only appropriate fuel booster, is it? Because these ones are crap and tiny. Why can't you connect? That one will connect. Why we do it on that one? I don't know what's going on. Is that on straight? Looks good. Brilliant. Okay. Now connect on this one. Why won't you connect? What is wrong with it? Let's try putting that back on from scratch. So select our part. That's on straight, I think. Maybe. No. Yeah, that's right. Fuel booster, come on. Why don't you attach? I might cheat. Let's put it up here a minute. Again, why won't you connect? Why? Why? What is wrong with you? Let's stick that there. God, what is wrong with this? Let's try moving that one round. Okay, if that's flat, and one left of there, and just below the black line. Certainly some weird things going on today. Where's the thing that I'm after gone? Oh, there it is. Okay. You gonna play ball now? No. I hate you. Oh, let's scrap that. Let's try using one of the other decouplers. Maybe that'll help. Or we could just end up using the 3. I don't know. Solid. Let's try with just the 3. See how this rocket goes. I don't know, is that... Does that look right? Still got those up there, that's not good. Maybe, I don't know. It looks good enough for the Kerbal Space Program. It's probably not good enough for NASA. Again, why will you not work? Let's just... Jesus Christ. They're being very fussy. Let's try that. We almost had it. What? Why? Why will you not work? There is something seriously wrong going on with these. But it's trying to snap to it, but it won't go. Why? I hate you. Okay, then plan E or whatever I want now. Structure. Bog standard radial decouplers. We're going to have to double up on these if we're going to do it this way. So, one left of centre. Stick it just below that. And one right of centre just below that. Okay, a bit higher than that. And we'll try with the small ones then. This is just going horribly wrong. Why won't you work? There are bad things going on. I don't understand. Ooh. Well, what we could do then, if that's going to be finicky, let's try sticking a fuel tank on the side. Taking the piss if we put that one on. Let's try it. See, it likes that. Okay. Can I actually stick that on the bottom of that? I can. What on earth are we building? There maybe? Jesus Christ. Okay, we're going to need some fuel pumps going on to that then. Going to need some structural pipes. Where are we going? Structural tab, there we go. Oh god, this is going to explode! I know it! It's one of the most poorly designed rockets I've ever built. That one didn't connect for some reason. There we go. Again, that top one didn't connect either. This is awful design. I mean, look, they're not even lined up, they're not the same angles. NASA would be proud. So, I need to make good on my promise with those RCS thrusters. So, propulsion and confusion. Oh no, it's not on that, it's on control, isn't it? Yep, there we go. Where should we stick these? One each in each of those. Seems legit. One each up the top. Could work. And on the off chance our Kerbal actually makes it to the moon, let's stick a ladder on here. So we're going to have a bog standard mobility enhancer. I'm just going to plonk that on the side. Another one there. Hang on. We've got symmetry 4 on. That's good, not good. Just have these going down here. Going to need a proper ladder at some point. There you go, big one. How low would we need that to go? Up there, maybe? That would be lazy, we'll just stick a second one of those on about there. Which means I'm going to need one more of those. Like so. Those ones can be deployed by clicking on them, so they won't be like that when we launch, but these ones are fixed bits on the side. Right, parachute check, fuel check, engines check, thrusters check, pipes check, structural integrity, maybe. Right, let's try staging this then. So at the start, I think we'll try just going off with the boosters. Bear in mind, we can have all these fuel tanks attached to them as well, which isn't good. Let's I've never tried staging a rocket like this before, but it could work. Famous last words. Let's try one of those. Actually, not one of those. 3 of those. And then put that on underneath. And yeah, whoa. What? Why are you connecting to that one? Connects to the one you're attached to. That seems a bit better. This is such a bad design, it's brilliant. So we're going to have our 3 fuel boosters firing first. Then for our next stage, we're going to need to separate these 3 bits, just to ditch the dead weight. So yeah, it's those 3, that's fine. At the same time we detach those, let's have our 3 main engines firing, so that's those 3. So let's move that to stage 5. No, sorry, stage 6. So those 3 in that, yep. So then we're going to carry on going, chugging away, and then these are going to run out of fuel. So we need those 3 to detach. And when they detach, we're still chugging away, so that's fine. And then going to completely run out of fuel. We need to detach that one, which is there. That's stage 5. And when we detach that, we're going to... Which one shall we do? We could try the 4 small ones first. Might regret that. Detach stage 5, activate, then 4. And we're chugging away in space. Probably need to activate the engine before we detach the 4 small ones, so I'll put it that side. Worst case, we can manually disable it, shouldn't be a problem. Then we're going to ditch our 4 side bits. then we're going to ditch the top of the rocket, and then we're going to land. Seems legit. One last thing then is, if we do get to the moon, we're going to need some legs. So let's go with some landing struts. Stick one there. And one there. Which I think that's a bit higher, that one, isn't it? There we go. There we go. What should we call this? Let's call this the Icarus 1, because it's going to go up to towards the sun. It's going to get burnt. It's going to explode. It's going to fall back to Earth. So it's a very appropriate name. Final once over look at everything. Seems okay. Actually, one more thing. Let's just have some launch stability. UJAR what's it? Snap to grid. And this time, gentlemen, can you please detach all three at the same time as firing the boosters? That's confirmed. It's in the right stage. Save. Launchpad. How's this going to look? Yeah, I don't think NASA have got anything to worry about, have they? Look at that. I haven't got any control wings on this, but oh my goodness, this isn't going to work, is it? Oh well, it's too late. We've invested our money to get you on the launch pad, Bill Kerman. So you're going to fly this thing that probably can't stabilise itself. It's probably going to arc around and crash into the Earth. But good luck. So SAS is on. Throttle is set to maximum. Going to launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spacebar! Shit! We didn't explode. Okay, back to the drawing board on that one. It's too heavy. It came back down like a dainty butterfly. That's a bit worrying if it can't lift that on its own. Let's fire those three at the same time then. Put some winglets on these. Symmetry 4. Symmetry 3, isn't it? It's done it on its own. There we go. Might work. Probably won't. So stick a few more on. Yeah, it'll be fine. Save. It's a strange bit of music playing in the background, isn't it? Okay, take 2. Something seemed a bit wobbly there. Not liking that. Throttle on. SAS on. Bill has rather foolishly volunteered to join this mission again. But, on his life be it. And we're going to launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Space! Yes! I just hope we've got enough thrust once those boosters decouple. Otherwise this is going to end badly. No, I didn't detach. Oh, no, this is going to explode. This is going to explode! No! Detach, detach, detach. Not fire the rockets, detach, detach. Explosion, parachute. Hopefully nothing's going to fall through it. Well, that's a nice little spiral. We seem to be bombing the launch pad, which isn't good. That's brilliant. Look at that. Look at that go. And bang! That was good timing. I banged it at the right time. Can we speed up without the parachute snapping? He's going to land. Well, you got about, I don't know, 50 meters, and you're alive, so it counts. Okay, take 3. This time with more structural struts on there to stop those wobbling around. Since I foolishly forgot to add those. Okay, so structural strut connectors, and we're just going to link this one to there in a rather okay, and we're back, and I thought I'd crashed my game because I accidentally clicked off screen onto my second monitor and it kind of made the game go a bit foobar, but I managed to get it working again. So where were we? We were putting some struts in, wasn't we? I think we'll have 2 struts per fuel tank. That should be good. Damn it. Will that work? Maybe. Could have crunched the numbers, but sorry Bill, assuming it's going to be you. I can't be asked, so on your life be it. Yep, Bill has come back for a 3rd test flight, having narrowly avoided death in the last one. He's got a death wish, hasn't he? Okay then, so throttle up, SAS on. Wings going mental. I'm going to launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, space. Hang on. Where's my struts? I've only got struts on one side. That's a bit of an oversight, I'll be honest. But it seems to be working, so I won't complain. And the boost is gone, so detach. It worked. I'm amazed. How much fuel have these guys got in? I'm running out. Okay, they're gone. Detach. Ooh, we narrowly avoided disaster there, didn't we? We are slowly losing speed. We're down to 68.0 there. It should just equalise. 67.3, and we're going up again, so that's alright. We've just about got enough speed going. 7,500 and climbing. We might have a shot at this. But, Bill Kerman's keeping a straight face. He's not enjoying it, but he's not shitting himself either, so so far so good. I would actually speed this up if I was confident it wouldn't cause some physics issues and explode. And the moon is probably in about the most perfect position to go for a transfer orbit from Kerbal into the moon. But first off, we need to get into space. Fuel is going reasonably well, about a third of the way through down there on the bottom left. Still climbing. Slowly but surely. Let's have a look at the map. perhaps this is slightly growing. As long as that gets into 70 plus, we're fine. I don't think we're going to have enough fuel in this to do the moon transfer orbit if we try that. But we'll see. But, as long as we get some of our fuel to get us going towards the moon, we should be alright with what we've got up there. We just won't come back. Bill is terrified at the prospect of not coming back, but I'm in control of this mission, so you're at my mercy. Speed is now starting to increase quite a lot, that's good. Noises have just changed, that's a bit concerning. I'm going to throttle down a little bit, just to try and get a bit more fuel saving out of that. And I think we're going to do a slight orbital turn now, so we're going to hit the SAS off and use the D key to slightly rotate really slowly. I'll press R to turn on the RCS, that way a bit. So you can see those little thrusters working there as I turn. Jesus Christ, that's actually working quite well. Not that far, Jesus Christ. Something's gone wrong. Turn. No. Right. Shit. Turn back, turn back. Not that far, just like halfway above the horizon. How about that, that line? Oh God. Equalise on that. Good man. RCS off. Thrust. No. Why can't you just do this properly without cocking it up? There. Straighten up. It's not hard. Alright, I think we're good. Maybe. Why are we toing? To be fair, it probably would have helped if I had rockets that could do thrust vectoring on those engines, but these ones can't. Which is a terrible idea. And we're still in the atmosphere, kind of, and that's just failed. Oh dear. Oh my goodness, that went pretty good. What are we looking at? Hang on a minute. That's... We need more altitude. Let's put it back over there. Is that going up? Yeah, slowly. This is not how NASA does it. Let's just burn straight up. Can that get some altitude? We are going to make space. That's the important thing. Okay, so while we're drifting around, what we're going to do before this cocks up even more, we're going to, oh god, add a manoeuvre. We want to slingshot out somewhere to the moon. Not that button. That one? No. Oh, is that one? There we go. Shit. No! Oh, I don't have time to do a proper manoeuvre. We're just gonna... Fuck it. Oh, if we make it to that moon, oh, I'm gonna be so happy. aim in that general direction. Yeah, something like that. And burn. I don't think it's working. We're going fast around, but we're losing altitude. I think we'll give up on that mission. What we'll try and do is we'll try and bring it down over there and see if we can land moon style without exploding. So let's speed this up. There we go, 4 times. Bill Kerman is oh Jesus! Okay, let's turn the RCS off. Bill Kerman's rattling around in his cockpit over here. Okay, let's turn that back onto 1. Where are we aiming for? Well, we're going a bit too far and a bit too fast. RCS on. Come on, we need to work out which way round our bloody controls are going. Let's... try and counter some of our forwards momentum, so that's slowly going down. We're kind of almost heading in the opposite direction to where we're travelling, which is what that green circle is. But we want to try and get ourselves coming in pretty much vertically. It's looking good. Oh no, it's not looking good. Those have run out of fuel. Okay, next one we'll activate that engine, we're still good. Because we can't actually eject those because they've got our landing gear on. That would be a bit of a disaster. Okay, let's throttle down on that, because that is now starting to... No, hang on. Aim for the green, aim for the green, come on. Now, S is going that way, that's no... D... S... It's almost... might work, I don't know. Okay. Oh shit, they're actually burning through that fuel a bit fast, aren't we? I can predict what's going to happen is it's going to look pretty good, but then we're going to run out of fuel at the last possible minute and we're going to impact too hard. Watch this space. Just keeping on a small bit of thrust just to try and counteract most of our downwards momentum, and then we're going to floor it just before we hit the ground. So let's deploy that gear. Try and straighten up a bit more. Okay, here we go. It's game time. There we go. Looking good, looking good. Almost coming in. Actually, hang on. Whoa, hang on a minute. We're drifting a bit there. Let's turn it over that way a bit. Let's turn that off. Oh shit. Shit. Full burn! Full burn! Oh my goodness. No, we're going up. We're going up. That's not good. That's not good. No! Oh, we're going to play bouncy bouncy until we run out of fuel now, aren't we? Ah! Oh! 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 He's alive! Yes! It kind of worked. We can just use this parachute on the next rocket. We don't have to pay for a new one. It's brilliant. Okay. Oh! Yeah, eject. There we go. Right ourselves, and it's got an EVA. Oh dear. He's walked away from it. He's fine, chaps, ladies and gentlemen. He's just going to go survey the wreckage of what was left of his once glorious ship there. Yes, all that's left of it is some thrusters and some landing gear. But they're intact. We can salvage it for our next mission. It'll be fine. So, that could have gone better. He's turned his lights on. It's getting a bit dark. Look at the mess I've made. Jesus. But I think that's probably it for this time then. And next time, maybe a serious attempt at the moon then or something. But see you then.